Have you ever felt like you're just a passenger on your own emotional roller coaster? Well, today we're digging into a pretty radical idea from neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett that puts you, and more importantly, your clients, smack dab in the driver's seat. We're going to give you a whole new toolkit for emotional mastery, one really powerful concept at a time. So let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of it. And I want you to think about this for yourself and for the people you coach. Are you at the mercy of your emotions? I mean, for centuries, the answer was pretty much, yep. We've all been told that emotions are these raw, automatic reactions that just happen to us. But what if that whole story is just wrong? There's a new wave of science that says something completely revolutionary. Your brain isn't just reacting to the world, it's actively predicting and constructing your experience of it. And what that means is you are not just a passive bystander in your emotional life, you are the architect. And that's what we're here to do. In the next few minutes, we're going to unpack the blueprint for that architecture. And look, these aren't just cool theories. These are practical, science-backed tools you can literally put in your clients' hands tomorrow to help them build a more resilient, more intentional, emotional life right from the ground up. Okay, let's get into it. The first and biggest idea you have to wrap your head around is this. You are an emotion architect. This means emotions aren't some pre-installed software on your brain's hard drive just waiting to be triggered. Nope, they are constructed, moment by you. Just think about how huge this shift is. The old view, the one most of us grew up with, says emotions are automatic reflexes. They happen to us. We're passive. But this new science, it flips that completely on its head. It says emotions are constructed by your entire brain working together, and you play an active role in that construction. You know, this isn't just interesting, it's a total game changer for how we approach coaching and personal growth. So for building our emotions, where does the construction project even begin? Well, it doesn't start with a thought. It starts with your body. And honestly, this might be the single most important foundational concept you can share with your clients about their well-being. I want you to imagine a bank account, but instead of money, it's for your body's energy. Let's call it your body budget. Your brain is basically the accountant, constantly keeping track of deposits and withdrawals. A withdrawal? That's stress, skipping a meal, a terrible night's sleep. A deposit? That's good food, a walk outside, some solid rest. The balance of this account? That's what creates your most basic feelings. That simple sense of feeling pleasant or crummy, energized or totally drained. And here's the big takeaway for your clients. The most fundamental form of emotional self-care is actually physical self-care. It's not about just thinking positively. Eating well, moving your body, and getting good sleep, these are not nice-to-haves. They're non-negotiable deposits into their emotional bank account. They're the foundation for everything else. Okay, so if the body budget is our foundation, what are the building blocks we use? You might be surprised. It's words. The next tool in our kit is our emotional vocabulary. This is how our brain takes those raw physical signals from the body and turns them into actual, meaningful emotions. This quote just lays out the entire process so perfectly. It all starts with words. See, words give us concepts. Our concepts then drive our brain's predictions about what a physical sensation means. Think about it. Is that flutter in your stomach crippling anxiety, or is it thrilling excitement? The word you pick, the concept you apply, literally shapes your emotional reality. So, how do we get more of these crucial building blocks? We become collectors. We got to encourage our clients to collect new experiences. Learn new words for feelings. Not just in English, look up words from other languages. Read more books, watch different kinds of films, try new foods. Every single new concept is like a new color for their emotional palette, letting them paint their experiences with so much more detail and richness. And this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea, it has real-world health benefits. Scientists have a term for this, emotional granularity. It's the ability to construct more specific, precise emotions. And get this, studies show that people with higher emotional granularity actually go to the doctor less often and use less medication. It's powerful proof that our mental and physical worlds are completely intertwined. Okay, so we've got a balanced body budget, and we're building a rich vocabulary. But what happens in the heat of the moment, right? What can your clients do when a really difficult emotion just hits them? Let's get into the in-the-moment toolkit. So the first and maybe the most powerful tool is something called recategorization. Let's take test anxiety. The physical feeling, the racing heart, the shaky hands, it's the exact same in both of these scenarios. But the meaning we attach to it is totally different. In one case, the brain slaps a label on it, harmful anxiety. And guess what? Performance tanks. In the other, it's labeled helpful anticipation, and performance soars. Same body signals, entirely different reality. It's incredible. I absolutely love this quote. It's such a beautiful metaphor for what recategorization is all about. The master isn't telling them to get rid of the butterflies. He's saying, take that energy, that agitated feeling, and construct it as an instance of determination, of focus. We can help our clients learn how to make their own butterflies fly in formation. All right, another powerful tool is deconstruction. When a huge emotion like anger feels totally overwhelming, we can coach our clients to just observe the raw data. So instead of thinking, I am so angry, guide them to notice, okay, there's a tightness in my chest. I feel heat in my face. My fists are clenching. By separating the physical sensations from that big, scary label of anger, the emotion often loses its grip. Now, let's bring all of this directly into your coaching practice. Because these principles don't just shape your client's inner world, they fundamentally shape the relationship between you and your client. This part is huge for us as coaches. So, there's the story in the book that illustrates this perfectly. A guy named Dan goes to his very first session with a psychiatrist. He sits down, he kind of furrows his brow, he's just concentrating on what he wants to say. And within 30 seconds, the doctor declares that Dan is filled with pent-up anger. But here's the thing, Dan wasn't angry at all. He was just thinking. The psychiatrist insisted he knew better, that he could see the anger. And so Dan just got up and walked out. The session was over. Why? Because the doctor made a really critical mistake. And here it is. This is the lesson for every single one of us as coaches. We cannot read a client's emotions. It's impossible. Our perceptions of what they're feeling are just guesses. They're predictions made by our own brains based on our own experiences. A guess is only correct when it actually matches what the other person is experiencing on the inside. And it goes even deeper. As a coach, you are constantly co-regulating your client's body budget. Your calm voice, your validating words, those are real biological deposits into their account. But your impatience, your assumptions, those are withdrawals. You are an active ingredient in your client's physical and emotional state in real time. So really, it all comes down to this. We have to be great perceivers and great senders. To perceive better, get curious. Ask open-ended questions like, what's that feeling like for you? Instead of leading ones like, so you're upset about that. And to be a better sender, be mindful of the calm, safe, clear cues that you're transmitting. So let's end right here. This whole idea that emotions are constructed, not discovered, it hands you, as a coach, an immense amount of power and a profound responsibility. Every single interaction is an act of co-construction. So the final question, the one to really sit with, is this. What reality are you helping your clients build today?